Please pause for a moment of silent meditation. Thank you. I will now call upon Councilman Crandall to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of
the United States of America and to the
republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the journal for the meeting of November the 1st?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. The journal is approved. Enrollment of bills. Bills 86-21, 87-21, and 88-21 were passed by the council, signed by the executive, and hereby enrolled. Mr. Secretary, will you now read all bills for introduction?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there are 6 bills for introduction this evening. Bill 9821, Bond Ordinance. Bill 9921, 2021-2022 Capital Budget, Recreation Facility Renovations, and Community Neighborhood Park Development. Bill 100-21, Current Expense Budget, State Highway Underage Drinking Prevention Project. Bill 101-21, the Commission on Veterans Affairs. Bill 102-21, the Baltimore County Fair Election Fund, and Bill 103-21, sponsored by all council members, revision of councilmanic districts.
Thank you very much. The council will now consider all bills for final reading and vote. Mr. Secretary, first bill, please.
First, Mr. Chairman, is Bill 89-21, Current Expense Budget, cracking down on auto theft.
Colonel Davis.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. The department's Regional Auto Theft Task Force initiative on auto theft investigations and auto theft reductions through analysis program is centered around developing, analyzing, and sharing data that drives comprehensive regional enforcement and crime prevention strategies. The department estimated that it will receive $400,000 in funding for auto theft prevention in FY22 budget request to the council. Council, in fact, did approve that budget. The grant that was actually awarded was in the amount of $410,000. So we're required to come back to the council to seek the additional supplemental appropriations in the amount of $10,000 for this program.
Thank you, Colonel Davis. And as always, we appreciate your hard work and dedication. And we know that these stolen cars often is the first step towards additional crimes like snatching ATMs. So are there any questions or comments from the members? Hearing none. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 89-21.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 89-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next is Bill 90-21, Current Expense Budget, GOCCP ICAC Grant.
Colonel Davis.
Yes, sir. The Baltimore County Police Department is a participating member of the Maryland Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. The department has detectives from its Crimes Against Children unit assigned to the task force who collaborate and share information to combat a variety of crimes against children within the community that begins with internet contact. So we're requesting the acceptance of supplemental appropriations in the amount of $30,340. This amount of money will be used for overtime for detectives that will be incurred in the investigation of child pornography and exploitation investigations, and also for computer and digital storage equipment. The grant funding will enable personnel to conduct proactive child exploitation investigations and target child sexual predators.
Again, thank you so much, Colonel Davis. Are there any questions or comments from the members? Hopefully you catch them all and throw them under the jail.
Absolutely.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 90-21.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 90-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Bill 91-21, Current Expense Budget MCIN Grant.
Colonel Davis.
Yes, sir. The Maryland Criminal Intelligence Network grant is a collaboration, coalition of criminal justice agencies focused on identifying, disrupting, and dismantling criminal networks through collaboration and data sharing both locally and statewide. FY22 funding incorporates the Heroin Coordinator Program into the MCIN framework. The council approved funding and generated the approval of $234,608 in FY22 funding. The department was fortunate enough to receive additional funding above the amount previously identified or discussed. Now, we are now requesting the approval of the additional $324,549 in funds allocated as part of the MCIN grant for the following positions: the heroin coordinator, an assistant state's attorney prosecutor to assist with MCIN, overtime funds for analysts and detectives, and sequel development services for the Real-Time Event Center. The department made a compelling case to the Governor's Office of Crime Control and Prevention regarding the value of the Baltimore County Real-Time Event Center. And as a result, the grant awarded was larger than anticipated. So we ask that you approve the additional $324,549 in funding provided by the MCIN grant. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Colonel Davis. Any questions or comments from the members? Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 91-21.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 91-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Bill 92-21. This is a bill that was submitted by the administration and is also co-sponsored by council members Quirk and Crandall, vehicle height monitoring systems.
Okay. Ms. DeAndrea Walker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the council. The administration is requesting approval of Bill 92-21, which authorizes the use of a vehicle height monitoring system in Baltimore County to enforce state and local laws, which will restrict the presence of large commercial vehicles in certain areas and during certain times. Bill 92-21 is based on recommendations which were made by the Residential Truck Traffic Work Group. The work group was established in response to the General Assembly's passage of Senate Bill 41 during the 2020 legislative session. The state legislation allows Baltimore County to implement a vehicle height monitoring program to address the high volumes of large truck traffic on local roads. The work group included stakeholders from local communities, the trucking industry, and also different county departments. Just as background, a vehicle height monitoring system is a device with one or more motor vehicle sensors that is capable of producing recorded images of vehicles whose height exceeds a predetermined limit, which is the same definition that is found in the state law. This bill will authorize the county to cite an owner of a vehicle that is sent by that vehicle height monitoring system. Certain vehicle categories will be exempt from citations. Some of those vehicles include school buses, public transit vehicles, utility vehicles, and emergency vehicles, as well as trash and recycling trucks. The county is limited to operate no more than 7 cameras at one time. At this time, the fiscal impact and timeline for installing the system is not available because we have to do regulations and do a procurement of the equipment itself in order to give a fiscal impact. We believe that the proposed program would change the behavior patterns permanently, and therefore we do not anticipate this program to be a revenue source for the county. I'll take any questions.
Any questions or comments from the members? Okay, Ms. Walker, I know we had some extensive testimony during the work session, and we had some citizens talk about the challenges they have in their community in terms of vehicles coming through, shaking their homes, causing damage to their foundation, and just basically wreaking havoc despite the signs. So I think this program will be a good one. Councilman Quirk?
Yeah, thank you, Chairman Jones. Just a quick just comment. Appreciate Ms. Walker, appreciate your efforts, your department's efforts. I know Pete Christoumis worked on this, and Brian Morris and the whole group that was put together. This is a really important matter. I mean, for years and years, and I mean, before I even got elected 11 years ago, Benson Avenue has major problems, and I know Councilman Crandall has very, very similar issues. So this bill's a long time coming. It's great to see it happening, and I just wanted to express my personal gratitude and appreciation for everybody that's been involved in this to make this happen, affecting and helping real citizens of the county. It's been a big issue. So that's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Quirk.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, Councilman Crandall.
I too want to thank Director Walker and the work group that was put together. The group met for many months trying to come up with solutions to some of the issues that I know that are in Councilman Quirk's district as well as the 7th district. And it's not an easy issue because we are home to industry in Baltimore County. We're home to major logistics centers like the Port of Baltimore and Trade Point Atlantic, and e-commerce is literally fueling the need for more and more truck traffic throughout Baltimore County, and especially in our districts that are in such close proximity to 95 and 695. So the work is certainly appreciated. I'm looking forward to the implementation and the potential of some better directional signage in the district that will hopefully be a very visual reminder to our good truck drivers out there that they're not supposed to go down certain roads. So a lot of work has gone into this. I echo Councilman Quirk's sentiments in terms of the gratitude that he expressed. It's a long-standing issue, and under Director Walker's leadership, we are making progress on it, and I feel really good about it. And want to thank her and her team for the effort. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Crandall.
Sir,
Any additional questions, comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Councilman
Go ahead,
Patoka.
Councilman Patoka.
Just want to thank the administration and Ms. Rogers. Please share this with the county executive for the approach to create work groups to solve some of these long-term problems that we've suffered from here in Baltimore County. I think it's worked out nicely, and it isn't just lip service. It's actually a methodical approach to solve these problems. So thanks. Good job.
Thank you, Councilman Patoka. Any additional questions or comments?
So I just wanted to say that the legislation also gives us an opportunity to review the signage, and that was a large topic of discussion. So DPW&T, as a part of this process, will be reviewing the signage and replacing some of the signage so that we make it better for the residents.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Is there a motion to approve? I understand there's an amendment to Bill 92-21.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman, and members of the council. The administration has requested an amendment. In the bill on page 3, there are several vehicle types that are listed as exempt from enforcement by the program, including school buses, public transit vehicles, emergency vehicles, trash and recycling trucks. The amendment kind of rewords several of them to include utility and home energy company vehicles, household goods moving company vehicles, government-owned maintenance vehicles, vehicles issued certain special state or county permits, and then it adds several as well. Vehicles, well, actually, this one is still in there. Vehicles exempted by applicable state and local laws and regulations, and then it also adds other vehicle types as determined by the Director of Public Works and Transportation in the regulations established under the terms of 18-6-106. So it just rewords several of the exempt vehicles and adds and also adds two classes.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the amendment to Bill 92-21?
I'll move it.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the amendment to Bill 92-21.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye. The amendment to Bill 92-21 is passed. Is there a motion to approve Bill 92-21 as amended?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 92-21 as amended.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Catch.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 92-21 as amended is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next is Bill 93-21, Current Expense Budget, SABG, One-Time COVID-19 Supplemental Funding for Prevention Services.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes, good evening, Chairman Jones, members of the council. The administration is seeking a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $131,014. The majority of these funds will be used for our office, COVID-19 supplemental funding for substance abuse block grant and prevention services. The majority of the funds will be used to create 5 new strategies for data analysis and assessment to guide approaches to address youth substance use, primarily involving alcohol and cannabis use, and the misuse of prescription opioid drugs. The remaining funds will be used for an education opportunity to provide local providers and prescribers with education on opioid use within pregnant women. So the goal is to reach and to provide training for 35 to 50 OBGYN providers regarding the opioid use within pregnant women, and this will hopefully be a 2-year running grant.
Are there any questions or comments for Mr. Richardson? Hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 93-21.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 93-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next bill is Bill 94-21, current expense budget, telehealth equipment program pilot.
Mr. Richardson.
Yes, so this is another supplemental appropriation. We're requesting an amount of $43,500. This funding is coming from a federal block grant program from the Maryland Department of Health, Behavioral Health. The funds will be used to establish a pilot program which will provide smartphones and tablets to 50 behavioral health clients in order to facilitate telehealth video conferencing services with community providers. We have selected 2 community providers through a competitive RFP process, Bright Futures Ahead and Center for Creative Values. They will purchase the smartphones and tablets to provide to the behavioral health clients with internet access for telehealth video conferencing. The smartphones and tablets will be HIPAA compliant and will be loaned to clients via signed agreements contingent on continued enrollment with these providers. The eligibility will be based on need, and the providers are expected to serve 25 clients each for a total of 50 clients.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Mr. Secretary, please read the amendment to Bill 94-21.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and members of the council, there are several technical amendments offered by the administration. The first is to actually affects the title of the bill and strikes telehealth equipment program pilot and substitutes mental health services federal block grant. The second amendment has to do with the source of the funding. In the purpose paragraph and in the first whereas clause, the amendment would strike state and substitute federal. And then in the third line, also in the purpose paragraph and in the first whereas clause, the amendment would strike Maryland Department of Health, Behavioral Health Administration and substitute U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments about Bill 94-21? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the amendment to Bill 94-21?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the amendment to Bill 94-21.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The amendment to Bill 94-21 has passed. Are there any questions or comments from the members about the amended bill? Is there a motion to approve Bill 94-21 as amended?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 94-21 as amended.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mr. Marks.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Bill 94-21 as amended is passed. Mr. Secretary, next bill, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Bill 95-21. This bill is sponsored by Council members Catch and Marks, zoning regulations, winery use in the BL zone.
Okay, Councilman Catch.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This legislation will allow Weber's Farm, which is in the Kearney area, to sell hard cider and serve hard cider. What is going on now is, and has been going on for some time, they grow apples famous for their apple cider. Well, many of the apples are falling to the ground, and the law does not allow them to use those apples for apple cider because it's hard, because these apples are beginning to rot in essence. So Weber's Farm worked with our Department of Commerce, and the legislation you have in front of you will allow them through a wine license to sell and serve hard cider. and it becomes another option for farmers to earn money through a different enterprise. So I would move favorable on this bill.
Thank you, Councilman Catch. Councilman Marks?
Yeah, I want to commend Councilman Katz. He always reaches out to the community. I appreciate the dialogue he had with the Kearney Improvement Association. And I think he's come up with a really nice solution that will help candidly one of the most established family-run farms in northeastern Baltimore County. This is a great bill, and I just wanted to echo everything he said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Marks. Councilman Catch? Is there an amendment, Mr. Secretary? Can you read the amendment to Bill 95-21?
Yes, sir,
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Chairman.
can I chime in before we move to the amendment?
Yes.
I too wanted to just commend Councilman Couch. I think the word that he was looking for was not rot. The word is ferment.
Ferment.
They've started to ferment, not so I don't think Weber's wants to, they're not selling rotten apples, they're selling fermented apple cider. And I think that your description was very appropriate in that it opens up an avenue for a family farm such as Weber's and perhaps even others in Baltimore County. And I think this is something that we approach things on the council as markets change and as different uses for different properties within different zones change, and we sort of we react to that. And I think that this council in particular has tried to help businesses as much as we can in bringing kind of antiquated code from the 60s and moving it to the modern age. And I think this is an example of that, where I think Baltimore County and the state of Maryland, frankly, is a little bit behind in terms of other states in what is allowed in for micro distilleries, for craft breweries, and for operations like this, where a farm like Weber's would be making and selling hard cider. So I think it's a good bill, and it's something that sort of, I think, will set the stage for future considerations as these sort of craft industries progress and become more prevalent throughout the county. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Crandall. Mr. Secretary, would you read the amendment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The amendment offered by Councilman Catch would specify that the winery class 4, which is a use permitted in the bill, would be so with a valid license issued in accordance with the Alcoholic Beverages article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, Section 2-206.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the amendment to Bill 95-21?
So moved.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the amendment to Bill 95-21.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The amendment to Bill 95-21 is passed. Is there any questions or comments from the members before we call a vote?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Council, I wanted to thank Councilman Crandall for that clarification, because I didn't think there were any rotten apples in the 3rd Councilmanic District. So that helps me understand it better. Thank you.
You are so right. Thank you. Thank you. And I do need to tell everyone that I grew up in a Methodist household. We had no liquor at all. So the word ferment, we didn't use it much. So that's my excuse. So, but Councilman Crandall, thank you very much.
Well, we knew
For
what you meant, Councilman Katz.
I just want to thank him for the clarification, because certainly we don't have rotten things in my district. So anyhow, thank you.
Is there a
Councilman Katz, I'm going to bring you a jar of kimchi. Which is non-alcoholic, but it is fermented.
Okay, what is it?
Not everything that is fermented is alcohol.
Are
See the
humans
things I have
allowed?
to teach you?
What is it? Is it edible?
It's the Korean, food.
It is a traditional Korean dish that it's fermented cabbage.
Oh, wow, I like that a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you bring some for everyone, Councilman Crandall. Is there a motion to approve Bill 95-21 as amended?
So moved.
Second,
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Bill 95-21 as amended.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Catch,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
aye.
Mr. Crandall,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mr. Quirk.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Bill 95-21 as amended is passed. Congratulations, Councilman Catch. I think this is a good economic driver for that farm.
Absolutely. And I know that Steve Weber would welcome all. I'm sure many of you know him. He's been very active in agriculture for many years. So thank you.
Good. Anything we can do to help them continue to stay in the farming business, it's our pleasure. The council will now consider all fiscal matters. Extensive testimony was taken at the council's work session on November the 9th. The witnesses who testified at the work session are available to restate their testimony if needed. If a council member has any questions regarding a particular fiscal matter, that item will be discussed as a separate matter. I'll now call upon the secretary to read the cover letter to fiscal matters 1 through 4 and 6 through 12. Fiscal matters 5 and 13 were withdrawn prior to the meeting.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Fiscal matter 1 is amendment number 3 to a contract with NLX North America Incorporated. Fiscal matter 2 is a contract with DIW Group Incorporated, trading as Specialized Engineering. Fiscal matter 3 is a purchase order with Mason Tillman Associates Limited. Fiscal matter 4 is a contract with Mission Critical Partners LLC. Fiscal matter 6 is an amendment to a contract with the Legal Aid Bureau Incorporated. Fiscal matter 7 is a contract with Trinity Care of Love LLC 2. Fiscal matter 8 is a contract of sale with John Golette at 4323 Mount Zion Road 21155. Fiscal matter 9 is a contract with Woodley Property Partners LLC 18 and 22 Woodley Avenue 21136. Fiscal matter 10 is a contract of sale with Glenn F. Cox at 323 Worthington Road 21286. Fiscal matter 11 is a contract of sale with Burley Enterprises 2 LLC at 5745 Edmondson Avenue 21228. And fiscal matter 12 is a contract of sale with the Towson Apostolic Center 1301 Cheverly Road 21286.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the members?
Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
Mr. Chair. Oh,
Councilman Quirk and then Councilman Patoka.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just very briefly, just wanted to thank the administration and Rec and Parks for the work on the new open space on Edmondson Avenue. This has been a big one for the community, and I know there's a lot of people happy to see this moving forward. So do appreciate it. Thanks again.
For Councilman Patoka.
thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to thank the administration for the contract of sale on the acquisition of 18 and 22 Woodley Avenue. It's very important to the Reisterstown community, which is sorely in need of open space. Also want to congratulate the Reisterstown Improvement Association, the Reisterstown Owings Mills Glendon Association, the Chartley Association. And I want to give a special shout out to Pat Gordon, who led the charge in trying to acquire this property for open space. And I think for the residents that were active in this, it just it lets them know that advocacy works. And so thank you to the administration for the acquisition. And I think the community looks forward to working with Ms. Johnson and her colleagues at Rec and Parks on planning the park that will exist along Woodley Avenue.
Mr. Chair?
Chairman.
Yes, Councilman Katz?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank on behalf of my constituents the purchase of property in Hampton Gardens. And I appreciate the administration's willingness to work with the community to determine exactly what will happen with that property. I understand it's going to be the headquarters for Rec and Parks eventually, and we're all looking forward to that. And as in most communities, they just want to know what is in store in the future. And this administration's always been open, and I look forward to working with them and my constituents so that everyone will be happy when this is concluded. Again, thank you very much.
Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Councilman Katz.
Chairman.
Councilman Marks?
Yeah, thank you. So I first met with Glenn Cox and his neighbor in May 2012. That's how long we've been trying to get some resolution to the issue of Worthington and the flooding there and the bridge. It takes a long time sometimes to get things done. I want to join everyone in commending the administration. I want to pay particular appreciation to Stacy Rogers. She stayed in touch with me constantly about this transaction. You know, the Sixth Bridge Trail is moving from concept to reality. I feel like I'll be turning over this part of Towson, you know, with a lot of great projects underway. And this is truly a milestone in getting that area, that new trail advanced. So thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to approve fiscal matters 1 through 4 and 6 through 12?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on fiscal matters 1 through 4 and 6 through 12.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Katz,
Aye.
Mr. Marks,
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins,
Aye.
Mr. Patoka,
Aye.
Mr. Crandall, Mr. Quirk.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Fiscal matters 1 through 4 and 6 through 12 are approved. We will now consider all miscellaneous business. Mr. Secretary, first item, please.
Mr. Chairman, whenever a contract over $25,000 is awarded by a process other than formal competitive bid, it is required that a copy of the contract be given to the county council and the nature and parties to the contract be announced by the secretary at the next legislative session following award. There are 4 such contracts this evening. The first is with Pinpoint US LLC for software website verification. Estimated award total is $100,000. Next is a contract with the Legal Aid Bureau Incorporated for continued emergency rental assistance legal services. Total award of $159,000. The third is a contract with Pro Bono Research Center of Maryland Incorporated, also for legal services for continued emergency rental assistance. Award total of $338,000. And finally, the fourth matter is a contract with St. Ambrose Housing Aid Center Incorporated, also for legal services, continued emergency rental assistance. Award total of $94,000.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Next item, please.
Mr. Chairman, next is the council's consideration of Resolution 134-21. This resolution was submitted at the request of the administration and is also co-sponsored by council members Crandall and Marks. This is to accept a donation from Valent Biosciences LLC and Helicopter Applicators Incorporated for free midge treatment services in the Back River area.
Okay, Mr. Likens?
Good evening, Chairman Jones and members of the council. The administration requests the council's approval of Resolution 134-21, which authorizes Baltimore County to partner with Valent Biosciences to evaluate aerial application of Bactrimys WDG, also known as BTI, for suppression of midges in Back River. The governor had signed an executive order back in 2017, and a pilot study was done in 2017 and 2018 in Back River. That first study used a barge to distribute the BTI into the river, which took a very large amount of time. A Bell helicopter can treat that same area in a much shorter, much quicker period of time. So we would like to evaluate and document the effectiveness of midge suppression using a helicopter. Helicopter Applicators, located in Gettysburg, has agreed to participate in this evaluation, and they're donating the helicopter time. And Valent Biosciences is going to donate the BTI to treat about a 50-acre test site. Baltimore County Department of Environmental Protection and Sustainability will conduct pre-treatment and post-treatment sampling of the midge larvae down in the sediments on both the treated and untreated areas. So we're pretty teed up and ready to go on this, but we certainly need the council's approval to do so.
Well, thank you, Mr. Likens. I tell you, there was extensive, lengthy testimony on the midges. And I have to tell you, I'm convinced. Put me down as a co-sponsor. I'm going to join the battle against the midges.
Me too.
Will do, Mr. Chairman.
Me too.
We'll do, Councilwoman Bevins.
Thank you all.
Good. Is there an amendment to Resolution 134-21?
There is an amendment, Mr. Chairman. The amendment is technical. At the request of the administration, there is a reference to, I believe, 60 acres, and the amendment would change that figure to treat 50 acres, and the value amount of the services, I believe, is listed as $8,850, and that would be struck and substituted with $9,500.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the amendment to Resolution 134-21?
I'll move it.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on the amendment to Resolution 134-21.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Resolution 134-21 amendment has passed. Are there any questions or comments on the midges? I mean, Resolution 134-21.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman Crandall.
I will try to be more brief than I was last time, but this is it's tough for me to be so brief on something that so many people have worked on for so long.
Do your best, Councilman Crandall, because I'm telling you the things you said before had my skin crawling, but go right ahead.
Well, I'm not going to, I think everyone understands the scope of the problem, so I'm not going to go into that, but I will say that years ago, Governor Hogan offered to partner with Baltimore County to do treatment in Back River. The previous administration, for whatever reason, decided not to do that. The county executive's administration decided that it would be a good idea to enter into a partnership with the state because it is a state waterway. So the county executive and I signed a letter together that went off to the Secretary of Agriculture, Mr. Bartenfelder, pledging the county's partnership in this program. And this resolution is the very first step in getting a MIDS treatment program started in Baltimore County. And it's just taken so much work by so many people, including citizen advocates, people like Sam Weaver, who a lot of you know. Sam was actually out there when Director Likens mentioned the barge. Sam was driving the barge on his own time, on his own dime. And then of course we had Dr. Brittingham, who I don't know why he doesn't go on camera, because he's got the best beard of any of us, but he's not on camera to show us that. But Dr. Brittingham has been integral to this whole process for years now. I mean, this has literally gone on for a decade, where we've tried to get attention paid to this issue, and the administration, the state hammered it out. I think the county executive sat down with the Secretary of Agriculture, hammered something out where we can start to go to work on this thing, and we just couldn't be happier. And just so you know, we have to thank the two vendors that are offering their services to provide proof of concept that the larvicide works and that it can be delivered by helicopter. They're actually staging now, and they're awaiting a text from me to make sure that this resolution passes and that they can get started. So they're staging now and they're ready to go, I think, by Wednesday. Dr. Brittingham, am I correct? I think we're moving this, if we pass this resolution, we're moving on Wednesday, right?
Yes, Wednesday morning.
Sounds good. And David, Director Likens told me that the wind and the tide is going to be with us, and it's going to be a perfect day to do it.
So Wednesday is D-Day.
Wednesday.
Is Wednesday D-Day or Midge Day?
M Day.
M Day.
M Day, right.
It's
Where we
D-Day.
launch out
It's D-Day
the
for
midges.
It's D-Day for 50 acres of midges.
Okay.
And Councilmember Crandall, you are correct. Mr. CE has met a couple times with Secretary Barton-Felder, but the last meeting, Secretary Barton-Felder actually came here to Towson to meet with us and to continue the partnership. And I can't say enough, I call him Dr. Kevin, I can't say enough about the expertise that we have in Baltimore County with respect to this effort, because it has, been, a need to move forward for quite some time. And, he's totally educated us on, the things that we need to do. So, Dr. Brittingham, I just want to personally say on behalf of the administration, thank you for your expertise, but also your ability to educate us in a way that it makes sense about the situation.
I couldn't have said it better, Ms. Rogers. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for all your hard work and dedication, and may God be with our forces as they go to war against the midgets on Wednesday. So is there a motion to approve Bill 134-21 as amended?
I'll move it.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on Resolution 134-21 as amended.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Resolution 134-21 has passed, and so we go to war on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Mr. Chairman, next is Resolution 135-21. This is sponsored by Council members Marks, Patoka, Jones, Catch, and Quirk. Baltimore County Advisory Commission on Environmental Quality, requesting that organization or that commission to review the maintenance periods for afforestation and reforestation projects.
Thank you. Any comments by any of the sponsors?
Yeah.
Go right ahead, Councilman Marks.
Thank you very much. About 3 weeks ago, Councilman Patoka and I went on a tour of some neighborhoods where developers had planted some reforestation projects many years ago. And NeighborSpace of Baltimore County coordinated the tour. We saw some tree stands that were relatively healthy and others that were not. And in talking to them, Councilman Patoka and I both thought it would be a good idea to introduce a resolution asking for our CEQ to look at this issue, whether the requirements are robust enough to require that the tree stands be maintained in a healthy manner. That's basically what this resolution does. It does engage the home builders and other stakeholders and asks the CEQ to look at an issue that I think could affect new neighborhoods throughout all of our districts.
Thank you. Councilman Quirk.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Jones. And I did want to thank Councilman Marks and Patoka for putting this together along with the co-sponsors. And it's a great idea. I was with NeighborSpace this weekend in the community of Dunmore in Catonsville. Had a chance to talk to some of the NeighborSpace leaders, including Marcia and Klaus. And I think this makes a lot of sense, actually. I think this is a pretty big issue, whether it's reforestation or making sure that some of the work that's been done previously actually withstands the test of time. And I think all the council members, as soon as this idea was brought forth, I think all of us really kind of responded to it because we've seen this up close and personal. And so I think it makes a ton of sense. And I also wanted to commend NeighborSpace for the work they've been doing. I like it when they're really focused on their core mission. They do a lot of good work in the community. So it's good to see this resolution, and it's good to see NeighborSpace working in all our communities to help preserve open space inside the URDL. So thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Patoka?
Just want to thank my colleagues that have joined on to support this. When Councilman Marks and I went out with NeighborSpace and Don Outen, who was certainly enthusiastic and offered a level of expertise, it was really eye-opening to see the worth in producing good reforestation, and when it's not worth it if you do poor reforestation. And it really all comes down to maintenance and species, is what I learned. So it was a enlightening moment. And then in further discussion, I was speaking with an environmental champion, longtime environmental champion, Rabbi Nina Beth Carden, and she said a very simple thing. She said, we need to change the narrative from tree plantings to tree growth. And it's really all about the growth rather than the plantings. Now, certainly the plantings start, but we need to stay on that maintenance until we have real growth and we have real forests coming back. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Patoka. Is there a motion to approve resolution 135-21?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll on resolution 135-21.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mr. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Catch?
Aye.
Mr. Marks?
Aye.
Mr. Patoka?
Aye.
Mrs. Bevins?
Aye.
Mr. Crandall? Mr. Crandall?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, ayes have it. Resolution 135-21 is passed. Mr. Secretary, next item, please.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 136-21. This is a resolution requesting the council's support of a conditional loan, Maryland Economic Development Assistance Fund, McCormick and Company Incorporated, for introduction only this evening.
Okay. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Resolution 137-21. This is a resolution sponsored by Councilman Quirk. This is related to the Davis Farms Development Plan matter, and the resolution asks the council to consider whether to overrule a determination of the planning board related to a master plan issue for introduction only this evening.
Thank you. Is there any further business to come before the council?
There's no further business, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Mr. Chair?
Oh, yes, Councilman Patoka.
Yes. Before we adjourn, sorry to delay the meeting. Councilman Marks and I met with Boy Scout Pack 319, who are online watching tonight. And due to technical difficulties, we didn't get a chance to give them a shout out at the beginning of the meeting, but just want to thank them for being engaged civically and for participating remotely in this meeting. So thank you, Boy Scout Pack 319.
Yeah.
Ms. Belcastro, you have any idea where they are or who they are online?
No, Mr. Chair, I would have no way of knowing unless someone can give me a name if they're on with a smart device, if either council member knows a name from
Do we have any speakers, Ms. Belcastro?
Yes, we do, Mr. Chair. We have 4.
Okay, well, if one of them could email you and let you know, or one of our council members can let you know who they are, maybe we'll let them give a word or two. But right now, let's move forward. Thank you, Councilman Patoka.
You're welcome.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. The meeting is adjourned. As is customary, anyone who has registered prior to the meeting to speak is allowed up to 3 minutes to speak. Ms. Belcastro, if we have a speaker, first speaker, please.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. First speaker is Pat Gordon. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Ms. Gordon, you may begin your testimony.
I just wanted to thank Councilman Patoka for pursuing the purchase by the county of the Woodley Avenue property in Reisterstown. The neighborhood is very happy about that. It's an old piece of property. It's probably in the neighborhood that's one of the oldest neighborhoods in Reisterstown. The trees on this property are probably over 200 years old. So we're glad to see that the property will be open space as opposed to being developed. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker, Mr. Chair, is Peter Richkes. Ms. Richkes?
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman Jones, members of the council. For the record, my name is Peter Richkes. I live in Towson, and I'm part of the Baltimore County Coalition for Fair Maps. I know your job is not an easy one. I look forward to seeing Bill 103-21. I trust that an interactive version of the map will be made public in machine-readable format so members of the public can analyze and understand what is being proposed. The county already has numerous interactive maps on its webpage. When I was Secretary of General Services, I was essentially the state's quartermaster, responsible for securing space and resources to meet the mission. In 2001, that mission included the state redistricting effort after the 2000 census. As such, I was well aware of the requirements for and deliberations concerning the decennial redrawing of the political boundaries. As a former quartermaster, I've been concerned that the council's effort has been under-resourced in terms of staff, equipment, and software. Resources aside, I well understand that there are competing priorities in the redistricting process. I trust that the proposed map adheres to the following criteria, which have already been met by multiple maps submitted to the council by the Baltimore County chapters of NAACP, ACLU of Maryland, and others. That 3 districts in which racial minorities comprise the majority in compliance with the Federal Voting Rights Act, and that communities are respected as required by the county charter. By meeting these criteria, I'm confident that the council can create fair maps for the people of Baltimore County and avoid a costly legal challenge. What is still wanted, a more transparent process that allows the public to meaningfully engage, especially because work sessions are scheduled during the workday, making them impossible for many residents to attend. I also ask that the council hold at least one additional evening hearing with adequate public notice, which is permitted under the county charter. Thank you.
You're on mute, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Rickus. Ms. Belcastro, next speaker, please.
Our next speaker, Mr. Chair, is Danielle Singley. Ms. Singley.
Good evening, Chairman and council members. My name is Danielle Singley, and I am a registered voter and resident of the Westview Park community located in Catonsville, Maryland, in Councilmanic District 1. I am a native Baltimore County resident, having been raised in Woodlawn and descendant of the historic East Housing community. I am an executive board member of the Randallstown NAACP and a member of the Baltimore County Coalition for Fair Maps, which is a joint coalition of local community members, representatives, organizations, and activists from around Baltimore County representing various communities who have concerns about the first Baltimore County Redistricting Commission's map discussed at the hearing on October 26th. And we're all unified and united in our quest to ensure our county council creates a fair map that represents the Baltimore County community. So I want to echo what my counterpart, Peter, just said. On October 26th, I testified at the redistricting hearing to oppose the first map, like many others in attendance, because the map failed to produce districts with populations that reflect the racial demographic of the county, with 47% of Baltimore County now being people of color, and the majority identifying as Black or African American, according to the 2020 census. Specifically, my concerns were that the map perpetuated the marginalization of the Black community by splitting majority minority communities like Woodlawn across several districts and diluted the voting power of the community, pretty much maintaining and ensuring that our collective voices were to remain on the sidelines of priorities. The original map developed by the commission only defined one district that was a majority minority community, which was District 4, which is the president, the county, the council president's district. The Baltimore County Coalition for Fair Maps and Randallstown NAACP wants to ensure that this and all government processes moving forward are as transparent as possible. Since almost half of the Baltimore County community is made up of people of color now, the Baltimore County Redistricting Commission and Council has a moral and legal obligation to produce an equitable map that complies with the Voting Rights Act and county charter with 3 distinct councilmanic districts with majority minority communities, not just one, and that keeps distinct communities like Woodlawn and Towson intact. This is more than an issue of color. This is about ensuring that we have defined districts that will have a higher likelihood of producing candidates who run for office, who truly reflect the community and embody the cultural competency, experience, perspectives, and understandings of our specific community needs, and the ability to articulate and prioritize those needs. So in closing, I also cannot stress the importance of the need for increased transparency and communication throughout this redistricting process and other governmental processes in general. I mean, the community needs the opportunity to ask questions, engage appropriately, and have more advance notice to be able to show up and, learn about what's going on and speak out on issues that are of our concern, especially when major decisions are being made about budgets, redistricting, and other important processes that will affect generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Singley. Ms. Belcastro, next speaker, please.
Our final speaker this evening, Mr. Chair, is Rose Kinder. Ms. Kinder?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ms. Belcastro, and thank you, members of the council, for affording me this opportunity to speak this evening. I am here to speak in defense of the Baltimore County Charter. I've been quite distressed over the past couple of weeks in regards to the issue of Councilwoman Bevins moving out of her district and signing papers on July 30th that she was a primary resident of a home in the 5th District of the Baltimore County Council. And I read the article in the Baltimore Sun on October 25th, where Ms. Bevins indicated I made a mistake. And my question is, if I made a mistake, does that mean that one does not have to adhere to the law? Does this apply to running red lights, driving drunk, shooting someone on the street? The Baltimore County Council, contained within the Baltimore County, Maryland Code of Ordinances, is clear. Section 202C, change of residence. If any member of the county council during his term of office shall move his residence from the councilmanic district in which he resided at the time of his election, his office shall be forthwith vacated. This brings up numerous questions as to why the clear language of the charter has not been followed by the Baltimore County Council. Does a Baltimore County Council member or the chairperson get to choose which sections of the charter to ignore, to excuse, or to allow for mistakes? Why is Ms. Bevins still sitting on the Baltimore County Council? Squatting in a council seat is not a good look. Why have County Executive Johnny Olszewski and Council Chair Jones not ensured that the clear language of the charter has been followed? This instance of I made a mistake does not comport with the clear language of the Baltimore County Charter. His office shall be forthwith vacated. Forthwith means immediately, without delay. That was July 30th. I don't understand this as a resident of Baltimore County. I have to pay my taxes. I have to adhere to the law. Why does my county council member not have to adhere to the law and the charter of the council? Just before this meeting, I read another article in the Sun. Ms. Bevins says she plans to run for re-election. Well, right now she lives in District 5 and District 6, says she's put her name on an apartment lease with her son, but her neighbors indicate she's always living at the other residence. Let's get rid of this boondoggle. It's not up to Ms. Bevins to resign.
Ms. Kinder, if you can
Her
wrap up
seat
your comments, please.
has been
You're
vacated.
over your 3 minutes.
Yep, seat
Thank
was
you.
vacated forthwith, July 30th. Pay us back, Ms. Bevins. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your comments, Ms. Kinder. Ms. Belcastro, have you had an opportunity to talk to the Boy Scouts? No?
I have not had anyone reach out to me from the
Okay.
Scouts.
Well, I tell you, I made an error earlier. I'll clean it up right now. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. The meeting is adjourned. The speakers have spoke. And that's it, everyone. Have yourself a great night.